Welcome back to the lounge. I'm Daddy Clay.
And I'm Daddy Owen, filling in for Daddy Brad, who's on vacation trying to pigment his pasty body.
Well, Daddy Brad, we hope you're having a good time there on vacation, and thanks a lot to Daddy Owen for stepping in.
Proud to.
I think most parents are pro-safety.
Most?
But I find that many parents, almost every parent, while they've got a sort of broad concern for the safety of their children across the board, there's always one or two issues that just really get the anxiety amped up, that really you're completely terrified of one specific or two specific things.
Yeah, like that hot, hot button, yeah. What, you got one? What's yours?
Oh, I got a couple. Well, one is very clearly, I'm afraid of cars.
Oh.
I mean, for the children, being run over. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm really scared of pedestrian car interaction with children involved. And it makes me just absolutely terrified. I do weird things. I have to be real careful how the kids get out of the car in the parking lot. Everybody has to hold my hand before they exit the vehicle. Everybody has to be holding hands the whole time. It's embarrassing tonight.
Everyone has to hold their hand before they get out of the
Before you get out of the car, they have to be in touch with me before they get out of the car. And I will squeal awkwardly if I see a child break away from the van in a parking lot, or any
child, not even your own, like someone else's child?
Yes, it makes me cry.
Really? Can I hear the sound, the squeal sound?
Ah!
Wow. Wow. That's a big one.
But I'm really afraid of that, and I think it's legitimate. I mean, these cars are big. My kids, they can't watch that Pixar movie without weeping.
Bug's Life?
No, the car one.
Oh.
Because I think I've really scared them badly, and that's bad. But that's one, is cars, and the other one is I'm really paranoid about food safety.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, raw meat, any vegetables, anything, all that has to be washed. Hands have to be washed, and it's pretty annoying because I don't actually do any cooking. I kind of stand behind my wife and I help her with that issue.
Whoa, so cars and so drive-throughs just must freak your ass out. Oh, it's so awful.
Wow. So scary.
My two big ones. I'm really scared of burns. Like I'm scared of the oven, Arden getting anywhere close. If somebody's cooking, she's not allowed in there. If she cannot smoke unless I'm in the room and lighting the cigarette for her. I actually keep the lighter. I give it to her to light and then I take it back, and she has to ask for it again unless she's gonna chain smoke.
Well, that's actually true.
Yeah.
I've seen him do it.
Yeah, but it's filterless, so we avoid all those chemicals. And the other thing is, I get really scared of the toddler falling into the toilet bowl. Not for drowning, but just ick.
They make pieces of gear for that will hold the potty closed. It's a child safety. No, it's a little plastic unit that you put on the rim, and it holds the toilet, and it's child-proof lock.
We had one of those, but I pissed the bathroom one too many times. And
I understand. It was also Owen-proof. Mm-hmm. Well, you know what I think that's also interesting about parental fear is that if you're in a marriage, my fear is stupid and her fear is totally well-founded.
Yeah? Your obsessive compulsive holding hands in the parking lot fear is stupid.
Their children are small and cars are big.
Well, what is like your wife's fear?
Well, she's got a choking phobia.
Oh yeah.
Such that all the food she dices it into little pieces and then she puts in the food processor and serves up this this steak becomes like a whipped topping that she serves to my son.
Wow, your son's he's old enough now.
Yeah, he's 10.
10 years old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's getting a little tired of the whipped topping steak.
I can imagine.
Yeah, but she's totally crazy about that, about just making sure that everything is so small and just...
And that's her obsession, and she's like, your obsession's...
Oh, why are you so stupid about this traffic thing? You're so crazy. But excuse me, while I put the peas into the meat grinder.
Yeah.
And, I mean, she cuts up popsicles.
No, that's... It's gonna melt by the time you're choking, right? Isn't that scientifically proven?
How does this...
Someone looked that up, I think. Jody, my wife, she's got a fear of choking, like grapes. She's always cutting up the grapes and everything like that. And that fear, and then fear of leaving the child alone with me. And those two things kind of together.
Right, well that, I mean, given the endorsement of Child Protective Services, I mean, I think that's truly that's pretty legitimate.
Oh, I mean, she's got a case. I'm just saying, let's not get obsessed,
We don't have to get all legal about it.
Right, exactly.
And I think that, it's very easy for you to have these one sort of spike in anxiety and this one issue,
Yeah.
and it can really affect kids if you have this one real, because, I see my kids fearful of the things that I'm afraid of. I think you have to be concerned about safety and security, but you have to even it out. There's so many things to be worried about.
It's true. You don't want to neglect one of your other fears that could turn into obsessions.
Right.
They all deserve to be obsessions. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, no, that you have an even dispersal of your anxiety over all the potential hazards to your kids.
Now, but I mean, you read the news. I mean, don't you think our fears are crazier than they've ever been?
I think that and do you read those things? There's something in there about a hurt kid all the time.
I know, it's always, and it's awful, and there's a video, and I do read them.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I have to. They must be read.
I know, I
They
shouldn't.
simply must be read. And then I must obsess and be anxious about it.
And they have the video with the empty swinging. It's like, oh gosh, and it's everything. Everything's deadly.
Now, if you have a particular anxiety or fear about your child's safety, something that you really obsess about, like my cars, whatnot, then why don't you go to DadLabs.com, create a profile, join in the conversation there. I'll start a discussion forum that's about what is your biggest parenting safety fear, and you guys can join us in a conversation there. Daddy Owen is always on the site.
Yeah.
You can friend him up, talk to him over there.
Me up.
And talk to us about whatever's on your mind. That's all for us this week here in the lounge.
I want to get friended up.
It's just an expression. It's like, friend me up. It's like,
come on and fill my space.
be friendly in a dad way. Totally legit dad way.
Sure, call me daddy.
No, it's not like that. It's about safety and security.
I believe in safety.